Now, when I look at the North Division going into the next NHL season in 2021, there's one thing I see more in here compared to any other division, and that is with all these teams having something to really prove based off of the fact that they had a lot of success or the fact that they didn't have success. The Vancouver Canucks, can they maintain this growth that they had after this really positive playoff run they had last year? Can the Jets move forward and finally take that next step and get back to that level of being a cup contender, being a team that almost made the cup final just 2 years ago? Can the Leafs finally get over the hump of the first round and be that competitive team in the playoffs? Can the Flames finally compete in the playoffs and show that they belong? Can the Edmonton Oilers finally get there with McDavid and start pushing themselves forward into being a legit cup contender? Can the Habs maintain off of that sudden success they had last year in the qualifiers, and can they grow off of that with their young lineup? And also, what are the Sens going to look like? And that's basically what we are going to be talking about in this video, is that what will the Sens look like? There have been rumors coming out, thanks to Shawn Simpson of TSN, talking about the fact that the Ottawa Senators are looking to go out and acquire center Derek Stepan from the Arizona Coyotes. Now, Stepan only has 1 year left on his contract, currently paying him a salary of $6.5 million, so very hefty, but the Ottawa Senators are one of the only teams in the league that can take that contract on. Even if Arizona does keep a little bit of it on the books, Ottawa still has the most cap to take on a contract of this matter. And when we look at Ottawa's current roster moving forward into next season, why not take the risk? This is what I would project to have their lineups as, seeing that Brady Tkachuk playing with Colin White and Evgeny Dadonov. Now, that's a pretty solid, good first line. You're definitely going to need Colin White to help carry and push the line, and Brady Tkachuk and Evgeny Dadonov to really, really help carry your offensive load. But then when you look at the second line, in newly acquired draft pick Tim Stützle, Chris Tierney, and Connor Brown. Again, another hungry young lineup looking to prove themselves with the potential to be a good scoring top six. There's a lot of potential within that top six. Now, obviously, when you look at the other top sixes in the North Division and what they're stacked up against, it's easy to see why people pick the Sens to be last. But imagine if you throw in this little Derek Stepan on your first line there, sprinkle Colin White to the second line, and just shuffle up your center core a little bit, make it a little bit more deeper, and make your wings a little bit more stronger, and just have that bit of more of a solider top six. Now, that's what I think is something that very interesting. Now, when I first saw these trade rumors being talked about between the Sens and the Arizona Coyotes, I didn't really see the sense of it. I thought that Ottawa has nothing to prove this year. They're just trying to build off of this young core and start getting their feet moving and really start working towards being competitive again. So what's the point on trading assets to bring in a guy like this on a 1-year deal who, let's face it, has been on the downside since the 2017-18 season, his first year in Arizona, or second year in Arizona. Either way, one of his first few years in Arizona. When you go look at his last 3 seasons in the NHL with the Arizona Coyotes, his point total has only dropped. 56 points in 2017-18, 35 points the year after, and then last season only 28 points. Now, when you look at his overall stats and where they're coming from, in those points being divided by 14 goals, 42 assists in 2017-18, 15 goals, 20 assists for 35 points in 2018-19, and 10 goals, 18 assists for 28 points in the last season. Now, obviously, when you look at that, those aren't bad numbers, right? That's a guy who still puts up decent numbers at this age, is on an expiring contract, maybe a bit of an overpay, but nonetheless, a decent guy for your top six, without a doubt, especially on a team that you're looking to add maybe a little bit of an experiment in that top six, see if you can plug something in to inspire a little bit. Derek Stepan is a guy with experience who has been pretty successful in his NHL career, so this would make total sense. And the other big thing what it would come down to is the fact that the Arizona Coyotes are in a serious lack of draft picks. We've talked about this before on the channel with past trade rumors and why they might be dumping guys like this, even to just get on a second or third round pick, because they don't have a lot of that. And any way that they can take on picks, retaining a little bit of salary on an expiring guy, is just something they might do. The only thing with this, it depends on how Arizona starts the season. I think that's going to be the big what if with these trades. I think that if Arizona starts to plummet when the season starts, they don't have a very good year, if things don't look on the up and up for them, I think we would expect to see a lot of guys like this being dumped for very cheap, just trying to get any assets and picks back. And I think that that's going to be a smart bet on their part, just trying to get, assets if you're in a bad situation. Any team would want to do that. But with all that put together and that knowledge of what if that situation could look like, it makes perfect sense for Ottawa to be in that market right now, trying to see what it would cost to get a guy like this Stepan, to add him to their top 6, because thinking about adding Stepan to that top 6 and sprinkling down Colin White to that second line, moving Connor Brown over, I think it would look really, really good. I also think Derek Stepan, Evgeny Dadonov, and Brady Tkachuk is a pretty solid first line for an NHL caliber team trying to compete. And who knows, maybe this team, this type of move, even being a small one nonetheless, could elevate them a little bit and speed up their rebuild, give confidence to some young guys, let them play with a guy who's been around there, who has talent. I already think Dadonov is one of the best signings in free agency for the price, the bang for the buck, and also the fact that how well he could flourish in a situation with Ottawa being the #1 option, because he's been one of the best goal scorers since returning to the NHL from the KHL a few years ago. If you go look at the overall goal scorers in the league, he ranks in the top 5, and that's pretty crazy to think about. So because of all of those reasons, I think that Evgeny Dadonov, Derek Stepan, Brady Tkachuk would make perfect sense, and I think going out and getting Derek Stepan makes perfect sense if you're the Ottawa Senators. I like these trade rumors. I think it makes sense for both teams. It works at the time being. I would like to see it also just to make the Ottawa Senators just that much more a little bit better, to help make the Northern Division even more competitive for my enjoyment. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of these type of trade rumors? Do you think they make sense? Would you like to see something like this happen in the near future? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, if you're new to the channel and a fan of any hockey team, regardless of what team you root for, definitely consider dropping a subscription, as we are on the road to 500 subscribers, and I do appreciate every single one of you guys that watches, likes, and comments. It does mean a lot to me. With all the support you guys give, without it, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. So again, I really do appreciate it. Peace, love, and positivity, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Enjoy the holidays. Happy holidays to every single person watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.